Hey yo everyone, it is I, DPX here, back with another episode of the podcast. DPX talks for about an hour. It is September 10th, 2021, and I got a very special guest with me here today, Gunnshow. What is up?
Hello there, I'm Gunnshow.
Yeah, if you guys don't know who he is, he's been in my, he reacted to the Microsoft and Square E3 with me, and he's also been in some of my Among Us videos and streams. So, Gunnshow, how you doing?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
I'm good. Got an exciting day today. We got this podcast and got some other stuff to talk about. Some other stuff I'll get into later, which is why today's a pretty cool day. But we'll get into some of the smaller topics. Starting with, what games have you been playing, Gunnshow? So I usually,
what games up?
I usually do this when I have a guest on. So, what games have you been playing recently?
Pretty much the only thing I've been playing for the past, 2 weeks is No More Heroes 3.
Yeah, so since you're a big No More Heroes fan, I figured we would have it, just one entire segment just dedicated to just talking about No More Heroes 3, because you're the guest.
I'm good with that.
Yeah, so we'll get into No More Heroes 3 later, but is there anything else you've been playing?
I think I've been replaying the Uncharted games a bit lately. I'm still on Drake's Fortune. And I've been playing through a lot of the Donkey Kong games. Finished Country 1 the other day. Gonna play Country 2 soon.
Like on the SNES?
Yeah.
Yeah.
SNES Online.
For some reason, when you said Country 1, I thought of Donkey Kong Country Returns, which I don't know why. That game's, really hard, so I was about to be like, yo, good shit, you beat that game. But, I haven't played...
I have, but I haven't beaten it lately.
Yeah, well, still, it's a pretty tough one. Anyways, so is that all for what you've been playing?
Pretty much. What about you?
I've been playing Smash, and I've been playing Sonic Colors Ultimate. I don't think I'm going to review it just because, timing, got a lot of stuff to do, but pretty good remaster. I'm playing it on the PS4, not on Switch. We'll get into why I didn't play it on Switch later. That's one of our bigger topics, in fact. And then I didn't play it yet, but I actually did just get Tales of Arise. And I'm really excited to play it. I'll probably actually be streaming it after we're done here. In fact,
nice.
My stream will be going on before this ends. Or before... No, not before it ends, but before this goes up. Anyways... Yeah, as for what we've been watching, what have you been watching? Any movies or shows?
Not really. Mostly I just play a lot of games. I've been watching some American Dad episodes, but that's about it.
Alright. I've never watched American Dad, but it has its following.
It's better than Family Guy.
I recently just watched, earlier today, I watched this new movie called Malignant. It's a horror movie, directed by the same guy who did the Conjuring movies, and I actually just recorded a review. I haven't edited the video yet, but I have a review recorded, and probably, I'm gonna probably work on that after this. So yeah, stay tuned for that, I guess. So yeah, anyways, into some other smaller topics. This was going to be a bigger topic, but it's a week old now, and it's kind of been resolved, and people sort of stopped talking about it. But I feel like it's still worth mentioning because it's a pretty big deal. So Sony, obviously with their PS5 upgrade things, you don't have to pay extra. And then they did that weird thing with Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut, but that was really just DLC, so I guess it kind of made sense. But then with Horizon Forbidden West, the PS4 version was $60. The PS5 version was $70, But then if you wanted to get like both of them, because usually if you get it on PS4, you just get it automatically on PS5. But if you want to get both of them, no, you got to get the like digital deluxe, which is $80. So now you got to shell out $20 extra to get it on both, which raised some red flags. You know, a lot of people weren't happy about that, and the interesting thing is that Sony reversed their decision. They made it so that, you know, you get a free upgrade. So yeah, they just course corrected. They saw that, oh shit, people don't like this decision we just made. Maybe it wasn't the right decision, and they fixed it. Gunnshow, well, what are your thoughts on this whole thing with Horizon Forbidden West and the whole next-gen upgrade thing?
First, honestly, for lack of better words, hold on, we're allowed to swear, right? Just making sure.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, yeah, for lack of better words, pricing $10 and not having an upgrade originally, that's kind of bullshit, not gonna lie. But I think it was very smart of them to like take fan criticism and go back on it. I don't know, did they reduce the price of the PS5 version, or is it still $70?
I'm not quite sure about that, but if it is still $70, like, that's fine. Like, I mean, but like, PS5 games are $70. It's a bit strange that this would be $70 though, when the PS4 version is $60. Like, I noticed that like most cross-gen games like are $60 because they're not going to charge $70 for like the PS4 version. That's not the price of those games.
Yeah. I mean, if I'm being entirely honest, this is a bit off topic, but in my opinion, at least, even 60 is still a little overpriced for a lot of games. But I mean, 70 definitely. I wouldn't hate it if it was, but I kind of understand. But just personally, all right, I just looked it up. Yeah, it is still 70 on PS5.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. Unless GameStop just hasn't updated their prices yet.
Yeah, and it makes sense for like I get some games being 70. We're getting way off topic now, but I get some games being 70 if they got like a lot of content, like some games from last year, like the FF7 remake or the Ghost of Tsushima. Like those games, I would have happily paid $70 for. But a game like, say, like the NBA or the Madden games, those are 70 now. They should not be 70. What the fuck? But
oh shoot, are those 70? Even though they're multi-platform, are they 70 on all platforms?
No, they're not 70 on all platforms. But
is it just PS5?
PS5 and Xbox Series, yeah. But
oh, that's dumb.
Yeah, that's EA and 2K for you. But yeah.
So now I gotta pay like $10 extra just so I could play a clean version, or I could just pay $60 on Switch. Gee, I wonder which one to go.
So yeah, that's we got a bit off topic there, but that's the Horizon Forbidden West controversy. Some other news, there is Nickelodeon AllStar Brawl. We got a lot of news on that earlier this week.
I think it was yesterday, right?
Yesterday or the day before. One of the two. At the time of recording, it might have been yesterday or the day. I don't remember, but
IGN had like a live stream on their website or something, right?
No, IGN had put up a bunch of content. I don't know if it was a live stream. If it was, I obviously didn't catch it live. But
I think it might have been. I'm not entirely sure.
Well, regardless, they uploaded. We saw like an extensive look at the gameplay, and it's Smash. It's like Smash, but also a bit of Slap City, which is like Smash. But I think it's being developed by the same people who made Slap City, though. But
it is.
Yeah. I wasn't sure if it was published or developed, but I think it's developed.
I think it's published by Nickelodeon and being developed by the Slap City guys. I forgot their name off the top of my head.
Well, it's being published by Game Mill Entertainment. Nickelodeon's.
I guess Nickelodeon licensing it, I guess.
Like, they probably owned the game. Like, anyways,
Yeah.
so like we got a long look at the gameplay. We got to see wave dashing and wave landing, which is very weird hearing like an actual game developer, refer to those mechanics as wave dashing and wave landing. Like, because those two things in Melee were like in the game by accident. So the developers of Sakurai would never like address those mechanics by name. So it's very strange hearing it. And then there's other stuff like everyone has a command grab. There's no back air in the game, from what I saw, which is interesting.
Admittedly, this is like out of all the topics that you sent me. Admittedly, this is the only topic that I haven't really done too much research on. I've seen the movesets that they've made for the 3 SpongeBob fighters, and I've seen some like gameplay.
Yeah, SpongeBob
for like wave dashing and stuff.
Yeah, they released SpongeBob's moveset, and he's like a Shoto.
He literally is.
I know Shoto, that term is caused some controversy, but I mean, like, the word I come up with the fighting game characters in Smash are fighties. So, and I think that's a little more fitting if you know what a Shoto is. So SpongeBob's a fighty.
Fighty.
And then we also got some gameplay of like we got to see Nigel Thornberry versus April O'Neil. Never thought I'd say that, but we got that. There was
Welcome to Nickelodeon AllStars, where you have bald child with pole versus hot cameraman in yellow jumpsuit.
Camera woman, but yeah.
Oh yeah, camera woman.
So yeah.
Pronouns people.
So yeah, Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl looks very fun. People are asking people are wondering if it's gonna replace Smash. It's not gonna replace Smash. It's gonna It's gonna be like every other Smash clone. It's gonna come out. It's gonna be really hot for maybe a month.
Not even like a week, maybe a week and a half if it's lucky.
Maybe you'll have like some sort of a competitive scene moving forward, because you see like Rivals of Aether and Brawlhalla still have, kind of strong competitive scenes. But for the most part, people will forget about this game in like not too long after it comes out. But any final thoughts on what we saw of Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl?
No, not really. You pretty much summed it all up. I think it'll be fun, but I don't think it's going to be a smash killer. I don't think it's going to be the greatest game ever. I don't think it's going to be a masterpiece, the one and only game of Evo, nothing like that. I think it's just going to be a fun little game people play for a month or two and just move on with their lives, go back to Smash.
Yeah.
Some of them before we move on, is there a release date for All-Stars?
That's another thing. There's not a release date. It's just fall 2021, which I'm a little iffy on. They've been showing a lot though, so maybe it will come out. But I feel like if it's coming out this year, in fall no less, it's got to come out like within the next like 2 or 3 months. Like,
I feel a bit worried because like.
Sorry, what?
Yeah, I was gonna say I feel a little worried because like. Smash is obviously coming to an end with its DLC, and obviously one of, if not the biggest fighting game of all time, ending its lifespan is going to be pretty big. So that's something I'm a bit worried about, is if they mistime the release of Nick All-Stars, it might like be a bit too close to the final DLC character for Smash Ultimate. Therefore, it'll...
Sorry, what were you saying?
No, not you go.
Here's what I'm thinking. I think the Game Mill Entertainment, I think they know that, and I think it's sort of like, Smash concludes, they want to put this out, because, that'll be a perfect time for it. So I think when you mentioned that, I kind of thought about it for a quick second. Maybe they're thinking they're going to wait till the next Smash fighter is revealed, and then they'll find out when he or she, whatever, comes out, and then they'll be like, okay, we're gonna have this game come out like, I don't know, a month later or whatever. So
Yeah,
but even
that
then,
would definitely be smart.
yeah, but even then, it's sort of like when they announce a Smash character's release date. It's usually like no more than 2 weeks after they announce the release date.
Yeah, I think the
So
only characters that came, I think like the first like, at least that's the trend with like the Fighter Pass 2. Fighter Pass 1 was a bit more iffy on that, other than Byleth.
yeah.
Joker.
Oh, we waited a long time for Joker. I remember that. That was brutal. But yeah.
Son of a gun made me wait 5 months.
Yeah, we dwelled on Nick AllStar Brawl for quite a bit. We'll move on to a quicker topic. This one, I don't imagine us having too much to say about this one. It's our final brief topic as well. This one's also kind of old, but there have been rumors lately of the Nintendo Switch Online getting Game Boy games. Like how there's NES and SNES games. And I think, maybe not specifically Game Boy, but I think like a new console being added is like much needed. Because of like what they've been putting on the service. Like fucking like Jelly Boy. So yeah, sorry about that. Sorry about the little pause there. There was an explosion in the background. Anyways, kind of forgot what we were saying. Right, Game Boy on NSO. Yeah, you can tell that they're running out of ideas of games to put on there if they're putting games like Jelly Boy on. The fuck is Jelly Boy? But
they're putting Jelly Boy on there before Earthbound, and that makes me very happy.
Is Earthbound not on there?
No, it's not on there, and people are mad about it. And something about that gives me joy inside.
Okay, well, sorry if you're
a
Earthbound fan listening to this and you heard Gunnshow say that, but anyways, so yeah, Game Boy games coming to the Nintendo Switch Online. That's exciting, but the thing is, like, unless it's like Tetris or Pokemon or Mario Land, there aren't many games on the Game Boy that like are worth playing on your Switch. Like, sure, there's Link's Awakening, but that got like a remaster on the Game Boy Color and then a remake on the Switch. Metroid 2 got a remake. I don't know why they're picking Game Boy.
We're hearing somewhere. What?
I don't know why they're picking Game Boy. They could have picked Game Boy Advanced or N64. But yeah. Gunnshow, thoughts on Game Boy possibly coming to Switch Online?
I'm pretty excited personally, as someone who was too young to even grow up with a GBA. My first handheld was a DS or a 3DS personally. I'm honestly really excited to experience them. I emulated the Mario Land duology fairly recently for something I'm doing, and those were enjoyable enough, but it felt weird playing them on keyboard and not with a controller. So being able to play with them with a controller, assuming this Game Boy Online thing does happen, I think that would be pretty cool. Yeah. I think something else would also... Oh, sorry, what?
No. I just said all right, so keep going.
Oh, yeah. I think something else that would be really good to see, seeing how a lot of people kind of debate on if the Game Boy Color is like a follow-up, like a sequel system, or just an enhanced version of it. If it is an enhanced version in Nintendo's eyes, assuming it is, I think adding Game Boy Color games as well would be a good decision. That way you can get more games on there, such as Gold and Silver, or some of the Wario Land games and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. The Wario Land games are good. I forgot about those.
Yeah. There's also Kirby. He got to start on there.
Yeah. Well, yeah, so that's Game Boy games coming to Switch. And that's all of our smaller topics. Now time to move on to our bigger topics. We got this one. We got there's a huge topic we're gonna get into, but I was actually just about to do that one. But we'll get into that one after. But so I mentioned this game earlier. Sonic Colors Ultimate, a remaster of Sonic Colors to celebrate Sonic's 25th anniversary. I forgot what.
I believe so.
Yeah, I think it's 25th.
No, it might be 30th. No, it's 30th, I think.
One of the two. But yeah, so it's out now, and it's very buggy and glitchy. That's usual for Sonic games, you know. That it says Sonic is kind of always glitchy, but the Switch version specifically has caused some drama because it is it is a lot less finished than you might think, and well, if you want my thoughts on this. Sonic, again, it's usual for these Sonic games to come out all buggy and glitchy and shit. But this game, Sonic Colors, is a game from 2010 on the Nintendo Wii. We are 11 years later, 2 consoles later, on the Switch that's able to run games like Breath of the Wild, Doom, and like Skyrim all fine. Why the fuck can't Sonic Colors run well on the Switch? Can someone answer that for me? Like, Gunnshow.
Because Sega is dumb.
I mean, like, I don't want to say that, but like, I'm trying to think, like, is there any Sega games that do run well on the Switch? Not that that's like a huge like reputation, like they don't run. I'm like, what's Sega?
Mania.
Mania, yeah. Well, that's different. That's like a 2. Of course, it's gonna. But no, but like, how does this game not run well on the fucking Switch? You're gonna tell me again. You're gonna tell me that Breath of the Wild, Skyrim, Doom, The Witcher can all run well on the Switch, and Sonic fucking Colors can't?
I have yet to play the remaster or even the original Sonic Colors. That's one of the Sonic games I've yet to play. But I will say, from the many videos I've seen all over Discord, Twitter, and YouTube, other social medias, yeah, that's not really acceptable in my eyes.
Yeah.
Like, again, you said it yourself. This is a over decade-old game on consoles that are like 2 or 3, like 2 generations higher than when it was originally.
Mm-hmm.
So why can't this Wii? And that, like, if this was the one of, if not the only Wii game on the Switch,
That's true. Yeah.
and
sorry,
if this was one of the only Wii games on the Switch, that would be a bit more acceptable, because, like, you know, maybe there's something with the Wii that makes it a lot harder to emulate it on Switch.
yeah, but that's true. Yeah, I didn't even think about that as some, like, because you got Skyward Sword on the Switch now. You got the No More Heroes games on the Switch. You got
Mario Galaxy,
Xenoblade. Although that's more like I feel like Xenoblade was more overhauled, but still, like, there's no excuse for this. And I know on the other consoles it runs better, but there's still glitches. I'll give you some. I'll give you a little bit of some glitches I ran into or technical issues. I played on the PS4. There was one time that the game, like, just straight up just glitched out, and that was when I don't remember what stage it was on, but I was on one of these like sort of loop-y things, you know. You know how, like, in Green Hill Zone there's like that circle.
Yeah, the
yeah,
iconic
it's kind of like that. It's kind of like that.
Iconic Sonic level design. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like that, but, you know, obviously not on Green Hill Zone. And I hit a wall, and I couldn't move. And then, like, 5 seconds passed, and I then fell down back onto, like, the ground and just continued running like nothing happened. That was weird. That's the only like time the game actually just decided to like not work properly. There have been other times where the game like drops frames and like there's some pop-ins here and there and audio cutouts not too often. Like audio cutouts can be I don't know, that's just especially irritating to me for some reason. But it's like this is a fucking 11-year-old game. Like how?
And this happened on the PS4 version, not even the Switch version that everyone's complaining about, right?
Yeah, the PS4 version's more polished. I don't get how the Switch, like, I don't know.
God.
So yeah, Gunnshow, anything else to say on this?
Nah, nothing really, except this is a buggy mess, and I hope Sega goes back and, like, patches a bunch of these glitches out and releases, like, a newer version, like an update or something.
Yeah.
Because if they just leave this game the way it is right now and pretend it never happened, I think that would be a horrible decision. Because I feel like people are going to forget about this sooner or later, but this still is going to damage the company's reputation. Because it almost makes me feel like they almost started the game like right before it was announced. And they just shoehorned it in there.
Well, I'm not
and said it was coming out this year.
I'm not sure about that because, like, I remember it was rumored for a few months before it was announced. But yeah.
Yeah, maybe. But at the same time, I was hearing about Sonic Color rumors 5 years ago. So that feels almost less like like they're doing it because it's starting right now. More as much as it isn't just fans wanting it. And it just so happened to be real this time.
So yeah, that's Sonic Colors Ultimate for you. It's the Switch version that's the more, buggy one. There's some glitches in the other versions, but the Switch version's where the controversy is. So we'll move on to the next topic. Yesterday, there was a PlayStation showcase. Weird how, like, when they announced this, it was kind of random when they announced it, and it was even weirder that they didn't brand it as, like, a state of play or anything. It was just a PlayStation showcase. So I found that weird, but whatever. They dropped it, streamed it, and oh boy. We start off, this sets like the tone already. It starts off with a CG trailer for a remaster. No, a remake. Has remake in the title, right? A remake of Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. That's fucking crazy. That's been, like, I know that's been rumored for a while now. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like that was rumored to be a launch title for the next-gen consoles. Obviously, it didn't happen, but, like, that's how long it's been rumored for.
I'm not a big Star Wars guy. What?
So I was just about to say, it's just, like, crazy to see that this is actually happening, and Knights of the Old Republic is, if you haven't played that, obviously this is a good shot, this is a good opportunity, if you can get a hold of a PS5. That's sort of the issue here, but, sorry, what were you saying, Gunnshow?
I'm not a big Star Wars guy personally, so I'm not keeping track of games. But from the CGI trailer, doesn't look bad.
Yeah.
I have heard. I think this is one of the Star Wars games where I have heard pretty good things.
Yeah, this is like,
again, never played it myself.
This is like unanimously like the best Star Wars game. Some even call it like one of the best games of all time. Like story-wise, there's like a plot twist in it that's like, I won't say anything, of course. Because I think
is it canon?
This game. Well, no, this game's been decanonized, but like, there's a plot twist in it that, that's insane. Yeah, and another big thing about this game is that it's coming to PS5 as a timed exclusive. That's a big get because the first Knights of the Old Republic is known as like, that was like more popular on Xbox. like the original Xbox. So they got this game, like, obviously, like, I watched the showcase and I was like, I thought for a second, PS5 exclusive, no, nothing else. I'm like, no, obviously they're not gonna say it's on Xbox and a PlayStation showcase. But I looked more into the, and no, it is a PS5 timed exclusive. So that's a big get. Gunnshow, anything else to say about Knights of the Old Republic remake?
No, I mean, maybe not Xbox, but like you said, how like they wouldn't say it's on any other systems other than the PlayStation. But like, no offense, but like they literally announced that one of their games were coming to PC or later on in the presentation.
I mean, that's different. It's not like they could say PC.
I mean, it's not a direct competitor.
It's not like they're not going to say like it's coming to Steam or Epic or wherever it's going. Like, they're not going to say that. They'll say PC. So.
All right, that's fair.
Yeah. We'll get to that later.
Speaking of start, I just wanted to say something real quickly.
What's up?
It started off weird. It started off with this weird like live action CGI chess game thing.
I didn't touch on that because what was there to say about it, but I mean I just thought it was
weird.
The music playing it during it kind of slapped. I think I heard that music in one of the trailers for Wonder Woman 1984, which is weird that the same music, but yeah, it was a kind of weird that they played that though. I don't know. Then the next game they showed was Project Eve. This game actually does look really good. They showed quite a bit of it. And there have been many comparisons to games like Devil May Cry, Bayonetta, Nier.
I was gonna say, reminded me a lot of Nier. Until I remember that they didn't show the Square logo at the start, I legitimately thought it was a new Nier game at first.
Yeah, no, it looks like a game that Platinum could be working on, but
yeah, it really does.
It's being done by Shift Up, who I've never heard of. I don't know if they've made a game before. This might be their first. And if it is their first, yeah, if it is their first, it's looking good. Looking good for them. I think it's also only coming to PS5. I don't think it's coming to PS4. As you look up what Shift Up has done before.
Yeah, I just looked it up. Unless it's not showing me something, it seems like all they've done is a series called Destiny Child and Defense War, which are presumably some like anime gacha mobile games.
Okay, yeah, so this is the first ever big actual game. Anything to say about Project Eve?
It looks cool. If I do ever end up getting a PS5, because they seem to be impossible to find. Yeah. This might be a game I get, because it legitimately looks cool. It looks like a really fun hack and slash. And it just, I think it has an interesting premise.
Yeah.
Just looks good.
The next game we saw was Tiny Tina's Wonderland, which was revealed back at Summer Games Fest, and we got to see more of it at Gearbox's E3, which, until mentioning that just now, I actually forgot that they had an E3, but this game looks fine, I guess. I don't know if it floats my boat, really. It's like a spin-off
it's a spin-off, Borderlands, right?
Yeah, spin-off of Borderlands. Tiny Tina is a Borderlands character. I've never actually played the Borderlands games. I've always been meaning to, but I just never got around to them. They're definitely on my back.
I remember a few months back I started on. I forgot what it was. I don't think it is the first game, but I think it's like I think it was like Borderlands the prequel or something. I think it was called.
Pre-sequel, I think.
Yeah, pre-sequel. I don't know where that falls in the timeline, or if that should be the first game I play or not, but...
Yeah, anything to say about Tiny Tina's Wonderlands before we move on from it? It looks decent, but anything to say about it?
The music slaps.
Yeah. forgot about that.
Like, literally, like, since I watched it after the presentation, since I was doing something else when it was going on, I literally, after that trailer ended, I literally paused the showcase, and literally went to YouTube and looked up the music. Couldn't find it, but, you know, I'm just looking up it immediately. That must mean it's pretty good, right?
Yeah. The next game we got was we got a closer look at Forspoken, which is a game that Square Enix is making, and this was revealed back at the PlayStation, the PS5 showcase back in like June of last year, where they were just showing everything for the first time, and this game was just Project Athia, whatever the fuck it was called, and then later on this year, during a Square Enix showcase, they revealed the name of the game as Forspoken, and I wasn't too sold on it because I didn't feel like I saw much, but now we got an extensive look at the game. The game looks really good. The story seems interesting. And I'm interested in this game. Gunnshow, anything to say about fucking, what's it called? Forspoken?
I forgot this game existed. And even after you named it, I cannot even think about what the gameplay looks like. I literally don't remember anything.
Alright. Well,
I'm sorry.
It's fine. We'll move on. There was Rainbow Six Extraction, which I don't care about.
Oh wait, hold on a second. Was Forspoken, unless I'm thinking of a future game, was that like the game that had like the girl with like the talking arm and sleeve thing, or was that a different game later?
Yeah, I think that was Forspoken.
Oh yeah, okay. If that's the case, then yeah, I remember. Yeah, that game looks really fun, like jumping around off buildings and stuff.
Yeah.
Almost looks like Breath of the Wild or something. Looks great.
So the next game they showed was Rainbow Six Extraction. I don't care really. Do you care?
No.
Okay, we'll move on then. The next game we get is Alan Wake Remastered. This was leaked a few weeks ago. And Alan Wake.
Weeks? I thought it was.
Huh?
I was gonna say it was leaked weeks ago. I didn't even hear about it until like a day or two before the presentation.
Like I feel like I heard like a little snippet or whatever a few weeks ago. I don't know why. My memory could be all fuzzy. Maybe it was a few days ago. But anyways, no. This was leaked not too long. We'll just say not too long ago. And Alan Wake is a good horror game. On like the Xbox 360 and PS3. I actually got it on Steam once as a part of the, like, it was either the winter sale or the summer sale. I usually go crazy during those, but so I got it then, and it's pretty solid, and it definitely deserves more people playing it. And they announced that Alan Wake is getting remastered for PS4 and PS5. I don't know if it's coming to the Xbox Series or Xbox One, because I obviously wouldn't say that in the fucking PlayStation showcase. But the interesting thing, though, is that this is coming out in a month. This comes out, like, what, October 5th or something? Like...
I think, yeah. I forgot about that part, but yeah, it's coming out pretty soon.
That's crazy. They announced this game a month before it comes out. So thoughts on Alan Wake Remastered?
I heard Alan Wake was like a cult classic, and it seemed interesting. It almost seemed like a Resident 4 style game, where it's like a mix between horror and action. And I love Resident Evil 4, so Alan Wake looks really fun, really good. It looked gorgeous on PS5. I don't know why, but like the story beats, at least in what they showed in the trailer of the remaster, reminds me a lot of Heavy Rain of all things. Almost as if it was like a more action-oriented game and not a choose-your-own-adventure style.
Yeah. Jason! I love that part.
Jason!
I love that meme so much. But yeah, that's Alan Wake Remastered for you. Then we get a look at GTA 5, which, who
cares?
No, GTA 5 is a great game, of course, but like it's the third
It's a great
generation.
game.
I don't know how this version of the game's still not out yet. This was announced again in the June.
This was announced like a year and a half ago. During the first PS5 showcase.
Like they said, like we had to delay it. It's like why? It's GTA 5. And don't buy this.
They're not adding anything, are they?
I don't know.
I don't think they are.
I believe the one thing that they're adding is like the thing where you get GTA Online for free. But that's GTA 5.
It seems like the what?
Then we get I'm moving on. So what were we gonna say?
Yeah, I was gonna say it seemed like the only thing from the trailer that was at all new, put this in massive quotes, is the fact that like it instantly switches from characters instead of taking like 10 seconds.
I forgot about that. Yeah, which that's pretty cool. But other than that, yeah,
it's cool, but it's not $70 cool.
Yeah, shit, they probably are gonna sell this for $70. Anyways, next up is Ghostwire Tokyo, a game that was announced back at Bethesda's E3 2019, and it had I don't remember Ikumi Nakamura, I remember her name was, behind the game, who had a lot of enthusiasm and was pretty cool. This game looks good. It's interesting that they went in first person, but then again, it's a Bethesda game. Bethesda games are usually in first person, but also like it looks like it looks to be similar to The Evil Within, which are two overlooked games. I didn't play the first one, but I played the second one. The second one's really good. Anything to say about Ghostwire Tokyo?
It looks good. It just doesn't look like a game I would get. It doesn't look like my kind of game, personally.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it looks good. Happy for the people that were wanting to see this game resurface sometime.
Alright, so moving on.
Got it.
One of quite a few Marvel announcements here. I didn't expect to see as many Marvel stuff as we did, but we see a little trailer for the Guardians of the Galaxy game, which is coming a lot sooner than I feel like most people thought, even though the release date was revealed back when the game was at E3. But this game looks good. I already have it pre-ordered. It looks good.
I still gotta pre-order that. Crap.
It looks good and all. Don't know what else to say about it, really. Gun, do you have anything to say about it?
It looks really cool, and I'm glad Square Enix learned from their mistakes and showed it for about 15 seconds instead of 15 minutes. Thank you.
Yeah, that was...
it looks great, but it doesn't...
The characters look dumb, though.
I like them.
Peter Quill looks like Jake Paul. That's
I like his jacket. It reminds me a lot of like Travis's jacket from No More Heroes.
Alright, let's not get sidetracked though, but next up is Vampire the Masquerade Blood Hunt, which is a battle royale game of sort of spin-off of Vampire the Masquerade Bloodline, whatever the fuck it's called, which has a sequel, by the way, that's like, I don't know what the fuck is up with it. It was supposed to come out like last year, coming out next year, I guess, but I don't know. But this is the battle royale game that's coming out this year, but no release date, which is strange. But it looks, I mean, fine. I'm probably not gonna play it. It says PS5, which it doesn't say PS4, which probably means it's not coming to PS4. But I probably wouldn't have even played it anyways. Gunnshow, you have anything to say about Vampire the Masquerade's Blood Hunt?
It looks like a video game with vampire in the title that is going to exist at some point in time. That's about all I can say.
Yep. And next up we see Deathloop for the fucking... Like, look, this game looks good. A lot of people... I feel like I'm more excited for this game than most people, even though it's a PS5 exclusive, and I don't have a PS5, so I'm not going to play it. But they show this game like at every opportunity. Like ever since they showed it at the PS5 showcase last year, they've shown it at every state of play. They've shown it at like E3, like Summer Games Fest, Gamescom, the Game Awards. They've shown it everywhere. It's like enough already. Just release the game. Stop showing it. Stop showing it every 5 seconds. Gun, anything to say about Deathloop?
Honestly, this is in a similar boat to like what was it like Alan Wake and Project Eva, where it looks fantastic, and it honestly, to me at least personally, it will definitely get me to buy a PS5 sometime in my life because it looks really good and it looks really fun.
Yeah. This next game, I completely forgot this was part of the presentation until I just saw now. Kid A Amnesia Exhibition. They didn't really show much of this game. Yeah, I don't fucking know. They didn't really show much here, but it looks fine, I guess. Anything to say about that?
Just like the Square Enix game originally, before I remembered it and grew a brain, I don't know this game.
Yeah, no, I completely forgot about it too. It's alright. Well, we've been spending quite a bit on the showcase, so we'll speed it up a bit. This next game is Tchia. The little, like, I guess, cartoony looking game set at a beach or whatever. I didn't really think of this one too much afterwards. Anything to say about that one?
No, nothing really.
Okay. Then next up was probably the thing you're the most excited about. Uncharted 4 and Uncharted The Lost Legacy are coming to PS5 and PC. What do you... So that's pretty cool. I think they're already available through the PS Plus collection, though, which is strange. Maybe that's just
Uncharted.
Just the next gen versions. But what do you think about these two games? Try to keep it brief. This is on here for a while. But,
I know. This is gonna sound pretty kind of pathetic, but not gonna lie. This alone might get me to buy the PS5 because if you don't know, I adore Uncharted. One of, if not my favorite series of all time. And I don't care if they're just remastered collections of games I already own for my PS4 and games I could already play on the PS5. These are phenomenal games, both of them, especially 4. And whenever I get a PS5, I'm definitely going to get this collection alongside it. That was a lot longer than it needed to be. Continue.
No, that's fine. The next game we got, though, then we get, like, a little interlude. Here's PlayStation Studios on our next big games. We get our last few games, and oh boy, this got me shaking. These last few games got me fucking shaking, including this one. We get an Insomniac logo, and then we get a Marvel logo, so I'm like, oh shit, Spider-Man 2. And then we see a bar of, like all tables broken and shit. Everyone's, like, all lying around dead. I'm like, this isn't Spider-Man. And then I didn't know what it was going to be. And then we get a zoom in on this guy. This guy sitting at a table with his fists all, like, scarred and shit. And then Wolverine's claws come out. I was on, like, a public transport bus yesterday. I almost fucking screamed. Wolverine might be my favorite Marvel superhero, if I'm being honest. And I don't know how Insomniac got the rights for a Wolverine game. Like, Sony owns Spider-Man, so that's how they got that. They must have done some shit to get Wolverine, but Insomniac making a Wolverine game, that's fucking crazy. Gunnshow, anything to say about Wolverine?
This seems to, at least in this presentation, this seems to you what Uncharted, what was it, like a Pirates Thieves collection, I forgot the name of it, was to me. Really freaking excited. PS5 seller right there. And yeah, to me personally, it still looks really good. Wolverine isn't one of my favorites, but yeah, this game looks good from the CGI trailer. And he's a cool character, and Insomniac proved their worth with Spider-Man. So I'm guessing this will be similar, just with like, I don't know, a bike or something instead of web slinging, and this would be fun.
Yep. And then we get Gran Turismo 7, which I think looks great. The last Gran Turismo game was not so great, but a lot of the... I haven't played... I played one of them. I don't remember which one, but I played one of the Gran Turismo games, and it was pretty solid. Yeah, this game looks good. Anything to say about Gran Turismo 7?
When did 6 come out? Because didn't it come out like the PS3 right before the PS4 came out, or was that 5?
I don't know. I know that there was a game called... It wasn't numbered. It was Gran Turismo Sport that came out in like 2017 for the PS4. I don't know if that's...
When did Gran Turismo... No, Gran Turismo 6, I was right. It was the PS3 game.
Yeah.
Sport was a spinoff. Gran Turismo 6, the last numbered mainline installment, came out December 6th, 2013.
Damn. Okay, so yeah, this Gran Turismo 7 is a long time coming. So yeah, we'll move on.
8 years.
Yeah, we'll move on from that. The next one, if I wasn't shaking from the Wolverine game, which I was, but if I wasn't, I was shaking even more with motherfucking Spider-Man 2. We see Spider-Man, we see Peter Parker, Miles Morales, and we get a zoom in on Venom, which like I'm especially interested to see Venom in this game because of I want to Gunnshow, have you played the Spider-Man game on PS4?
Yeah, love it. One of my favorite, easily top 3 for my PS4 exclusives. I adore it.
Okay, so I can say this.
Yeah.
The after credits scene where they showed Harry Osborn getting like infected by the symbiote, that alone, like, shit. So now we see Venom in this game, which might be Harry Osborn, not Eddie Brock, which is very interesting. Like, guys in the comments below, tell me if any comic has done that, because I don't think they have. I think this is an original thing. And then we also have a narrator throughout that trailer, which sounds like Kraven the Hunter, which is very interesting. So, Gunnshow, anything to say about Spider-Man 2?
Fantastic. Honestly, it looks really good. And yeah, I think Venom's going to be interesting. Obviously, there's going to be a Venom boss, obviously, because he seems to be the main focus of the game. And I think it'd be really interesting to have like a sort of Spider-Man on Spider-Man fight. I haven't beaten Miles Morales just yet, so maybe, I don't know, maybe have a duel with Peter Parker in there, but a Spider-Man versus Spider-Man almost, since I know Venom has a very similar moveset to Spider-Man. That should be fun. And honestly, I think web slinging around New York once again is also going to be really fun. Yeah, not much else to say. One more thing to say. Why did you announce this so early if we're not getting it until 2023?
I don't know. Well, you see, with
or is that God of War that comes out in 2023?
God of War comes out next year. We haven't got God of War yet. With the first Spider-Man on PS4, there were like 3 E3s in a row where they closed out with that game. So I guess it's a thing that announced the Spider-Man game a little too early. But moving on, God of War Ragnarok. Dude, this game looks so good. Like if this can somehow surpass the fucking masterful God of War on PS4, like, sign me up. That's all I got to say. We've been going for quite a bit talking about this. Anything else to say about God of War on PS4? The God of War Ragnarok?
God of War PS4, not one of my personal favorites. I like it. Hadn't beaten it yet, but yeah, it is pretty good. But I am excited for Ragnarok. Yeah, I like how they seem to be bringing back Kratos' original weapons from the first trilogy. That looks to be fun. and I like how they're changing the environments from like snowy to sunny. But that's about it.
Yeah, so that's the PlayStation Showcase. Whew, we spent a lot of time on that. I think we did like 30 minutes. So we got some other topics to talk about.
20.
We probably should have saved that one for the last. That probably would have been more fitting. But anyways, we'll go into a Discord topic. And our 3 topics here. Of course, there's the MeCast Discord server in the description. You can go there, join. There's a channel for podcast topics where I drop a poll, and there are 3 options. The one that gets the most votes is the one we talk about. So we got games that we've never finished, possible sleeper hit games of 2021, game franchises that need a reboot. And that third one, game franchises that need a reboot, is the winner. So I'll have you go first, Gunnshow. Let's kind of not... I don't think we should spend too much time on everything. So let's try to keep this briefer. But any franchises you think need a reboot?
There are a handful, but like a lot of... Like, I think, I was gonna say Prime, but I forgot 4 is on its way. I'd like a new... like a reboot, sort of the new Super Mario Bros. Series, or I guess Super Mario Bros. In general, I guess technically. Try and like change it up a little from New Soup, make it not the same game for the 5th time.
Mm-hmm.
What else? I guess this wouldn't be like a reboot, unless it would just be like a sequel from a new perspective. But like a new Uncharted telling a different character story other than Nathan Drake. I think that'd be cool.
That would be cool. Didn't like the Lost Legacy kind of did that, but yeah.
Yeah, the Lost Legacy told it from Chloe's perspective. Nate wasn't in there at all, unless you want to count the multiplayer. But yeah, seeing like a different, like seeing like Sam's journey or other characters that I will not spoil in case anyone has not played Uncharted 4. Buy Uncharted 4. Yeah, I think that would be cool. That's pretty much it, though, to be honest.
All right. As for me, franchises I think should be rebooted. I think Pokemon needs a reboot, like desperately. Like, and they're kind of maybe I shouldn't count them because, you know, they're doing something different with the Legends Arceus game, but still, like, that game is much needed. Other, like, Mario Party, if Mario Party Superstars is not, like, doesn't give Mario Party the shot in the arm it needs, then, well, I think they need to reboot that series. And they tried with Mario Party, or Super Mario Party, but, like, there was, like, 2 steps forward, 3 steps back with that game.
I'd say 1 step back.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it for the most part, but there were definitely downfalls.
The content in there was very low on content, and then also the online shit was so stupid. Why they take 3 years to send to add like. What?
It feels like Super Mario Party feels like one of the many games Nintendo did in 2018, where they would release it unfinished, but then release free DLC later down the line and disguise it as just DLC, even though they're just finishing their unfinished game.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I wouldn't even be surprised if they did that with, like, new boards, new mini games, maybe a few new characters, a game mode or 2.
Except they didn't do that. They just they didn't update the game at all.
They made the whole game online in May of 2021 or something. Played that with my friend like a week ago. Pretty good, but yeah, there's nothing to it. There's not a whole lot reason to play Super Mario Party instead of one of the older ones.
Yeah. Other games. Other games that need a reboot. Probably this is over. Like, people have said this one like so much. Silent Hill needs a reboot. It's not getting one because Konami, but it does need a reboot.
I think a lot of Konami's series that especially were kind of killed off during the Kojima incident of like 2015 or something.
Yeah.
I feel like a
Metal
lot of
Gear,
those
for
could definitely
example,
use
like Metal Gear, for example, like that series was concluded, and then Konami decided to, like, fuck with it. Another franchise that I think needs a reboot that not too many people, more people are saying like this game's next installment should just be better. I think this series needs a reboot. Fallout, I think, needs a reboot. Just because, like, what was Fallout 7? What the fuck was that? 76? The fuck was that? It was shit.
It was what we call in the business a disappointment.
Yeah. No, it sure was. So yeah, that's what franchises we think needs a reboot. Anything else you want to add, Gunnshow?
Nothing really.
All right.
Maybe like, what was I gonna say? Maybe Paper Mario, but that's about it.
Yeah, probably that. All right. Next up is this dropped a few weeks ago. No, it was more like last week, but
2 weeks, I think, if we're thinking of the same game.
Well, it's not a game, so we're not. But
Well,
Rick and Morty, live action, got like a trailer, like little tease. I don't know what the fuck it was. I don't even know if this is real.
oh,
But we got I almost called him Doc Brown. Christopher Lloyd being Rick, and one of the dudes from It. I forgot his name. The character and the actor. I forgot both the names, but like the main dude with the stutter is Morty, and I'd say they look the part. I'm not quite sure how I feel about this though. I feel like Rick and Morty is a show that like works so well animated, and so if you try to do it in live action, I feel like the magic will be gone if you try to do it in live action. Like
it would either like not really be there anymore because they got to censor it because showing a cartoon showing cartoon ass is probably fine, but showing like a real ass, not so much.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and like it's kind of like similar to like Avatar: The Last Airbender. I feel like I have a bit of an unpopular opinion that like I don't think that show works well at all in live action, but like at least we've seen what it could be in live action, although it wasn't that good. But like I feel like Rick and Morty would work less in live action because there's like with like all the worlds they go to and a lot of the like portal stuff they do, like with the portal gun and shit, all the effects. And even, like, a lot of the character designs, too, just wouldn't work in live action, I don't think.
Yeah. Like, an iconic part of Rick and Morty is, like, the massive eyes with the squiggly eyeballs.
Yeah, like,
but,
honestly, like, Rick and Morty, like, obviously, I think they did the best they could with them in live action. Obviously, Christopher Lloyd as Rick is perfect, because Rick is supposed to be like sort of based off of Rick is like inspired by Doc Brown, so this works perfectly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Again, I don't know what this is gonna be. Is this a show, a movie, like a one night special or some shit? I don't know. Adult Swim dropped it like it was something, so I guess it is something. Gunnshow, anything else to say about Rick and Morty live action?
I didn't know what to think of it, but then one of my friends and like another server I'm in, they suggested an idea that I honestly wholeheartedly agree with. It seems so Rick and Morty, I guess, to just mess with their audience. Like, remember that like 3 or 4 years ago they did that whole season 3 prank thing where it was Szechuan sauce. I wouldn't be surprised if this is a Huh?
That went out of control, the Szechuan sauce. Sorry, keep going.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they're doing a similar thing. They released this like little trailer or video of live action Rick and Morty, but in actual reality, it's probably not going to be a live action Rick and Morty. It's probably just going to be like a segment of an episode, in my opinion,
Yeah,
like
maybe
the season 6 pilot or something.
maybe they can like travel different universes and find one where everyone's like all. They'll call it like the live action universe or like the photorealistic universe or whatever. That could be interesting.
Yeah. They just chop from universe to universe that just has that's literally the exact same as theirs, but just with a different art style. So one of them is like cartoony, one of them is live action, one of them is I don't know, like one of them has like a Cal art style almost, stuff like that. One of them's pixelated, CGI, stuff like that. I don't know.
All right. Well, I think that's all for the Rick and Morty in live action. We'll move on now to one thing. This came out just last night. Gunnshow. I don't know if you did much research about this, just because like this was very recent. I'm like, we gotta talk about this because I got some thoughts on this. Halloween Kills is a movie I'm very excited for. I really liked Halloween from 2018. It was a nice breath of fresh air for the Halloween series because after the first movie, like the very first movie, they all kind of sucked. Like, not all of them were bad. Some were like H2O.
The second one was pretty alright.
Yeah, H2O wasn't the worst, but all of them after that were. But then we got the one in 2018, which I thought was really good. It wasn't perfect. There's some issues there. There's a lot of like high school melodrama bullshit that like we didn't really need in the movie, and really didn't end up being of any importance. Really, there was that, but it ended up being good, really good. And they greenlit 2 sequels: Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends. We're not at Halloween Ends yet. We're at Halloween Kills, and that's supposed to come out in about a month. But the weird thing is, Universal decided to put Halloween Kills day and date in both movie theaters and on Peacock Premium. And I don't get why, because there are a few things. Venom, Let There Be Carnage, was supposed to come out at the end of this month, but because of the Delta variant and everything, they pushed it a few weeks to October 15th, which is the same day as Halloween Kills. So,
oh geez, what's going to be more successful, a new Marvel movie or the horror movie that not many people know about?
well, see, the thing is, they were supposed to come out, they were going to come out on the same day, but then Shang-Chi came out, and that did a lot of money, and then Sony looked at that and was like, you know what, we'll push Venom back up, so now it's coming out on October 1st. So, clearly, that says, like, that date of October 15th isn't bad. In fact, earlier isn't bad either, if you know what I mean. So why is Halloween Kills coming to Peacock? Well, I don't think it's COVID related, because we've seen numbers for theatrical exclusive movies in the sort of, don't want to say post-pandemic, but pandemic recovery vaccination era. There we go. In the vaccination era, do very well. You got movies like Fast 9, which when it came out in theaters, it was only in theaters. You got movies like Free Guy, Shang-Chi, all did really well. We were going to do a Shang-Chi box office topic, but we're actually kind of running a little overtime here because of the PlayStation stuff, but I guess the Shang-Chi box office stuff can sort of lump itself into this topic. So, what was I saying? Yeah, we saw those movies do very well, and So, it's not COVID. Universal put this movie on Peacock. Peacock Premium, alright? There's a free version of Peacock. Peacock Premium obviously isn't the free version. They put that on there to boost subscribers. And I understand that, of course. But, like, why? I know why, but, like, you want this movie to do well in the theaters, right? Like, this movie shouldn't... I don't think this is a movie... This should be a movie you go to the movies and see. Alright, I don't think it's a movie that you should just watch by sitting at home. I'm gonna go to the theater and watch it, of course, but... I don't know, Gunnshow, what do you think about Halloween Kills going day and date in theaters and on Peacock Premium?
Honestly, not much. I don't have much to say on this. It's just sort of like...
Well, do you think it's a good idea to do that? We'll sort of ask that.
In Universal, it really depends. Which company's eyes are you looking through? Are you looking through Universal's? Then I say no. Are you looking through Peacock's or whoever owns Peacock?
That's Universal.
I say that's Universal. Oh, yeah. I'm stupid. Oh, then in general, yeah. Then yeah, I think it is. Because like, you obviously want more people to buy your streaming service, so I don't see why releasing your new hit movie on your streaming service is that bad of an idea. Because like, what else would they put it on? Like
idea,
HBO?
Yeah. It's a good idea, definitely. But I don't like. It's a good idea in the sense. Well, I don't know if it's a good idea. I'm saying it makes sense. Like, it's to boost subscribers in their streaming service, but it's not. It's not gonna end well for the movie's theatrical run. You know. That's what I'm sort of just like, huh? If you know what I mean. So yeah, you didn't seem, you don't seem like you have too much to say on this. Anything else?
Nah, not really.
All right. Moving on to the final topic, and this one's just for you, Gunnshow, because you mentioned No More Heroes 3 earlier. And since this is an episode where I have you as a guest, I figured why not make the guest-specific topic about No More Heroes 3. So, would you like to talk about No More Heroes 3? I don't know, like, just talk about the game, I guess.
I would. I think it's personally a fantastic game, personally. If I'm being honest, it's probably one of my favorite games ever. I don't really want to, unless you are, I don't want to get too in-depth in spoilers.
I've beaten the game already and reviewed it and everything, so...
I know, I meant for, like, people watching this or something.
I mean, well, here's what we'll do. If you haven't played the game yet and you don't want to be spoiled, then thanks for watching or listening. If you don't care or you have played the game, then spoil away.
Alright, so, 3, 2, 1, okay, so, I honestly think that the game is really good. I mean, I was even playing it, like, before this, before we started this, podcast right here, this episode.
Yeah.
I was playing it, trying to 100% it, get, like, all the figures in the slot machines, ace all the bosses, everything. And there's not been a single section of this game where I have been bored or I have not been enjoying myself. I think everything from every single one of the boss fights are all fantastic. Like all the hub worlds, all the side things, and this game in general is just one of my personal favorites of all time.
Okay. if you want to hear my thoughts, I think the game is fantastic as well. There was no part of the game where I was bored. I think the performance is like a little. I think the performance is pretty bad. There's also like in Call of Battle, I thought the filter that it gave the game looked terrible, but overall the game was really good. I obviously didn't like it as much as you did, but opinions. So yeah.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to say? Were you done there or?
Yeah, pretty much. That's about it.
Okay. So I think that does it for this episode of the podcast. Gunnshow, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for being a part of this episode. Is there anything you'd like to plug?
No, I don't really have anything.
Alright. Of course, you can subscribe to me, DPX Solo, on YouTube. Follow the podcast on SoundCloud, DPX Talks, for about an hour. I don't even think you have to, like, consistently watch or listen to the podcasts. I think you can just follow me, and it does the trick. And of course, follow me on Twitter, Twitch, join the MeCast Discord. And yeah, I'll be back in another month with another episode of DPX Talks for about an hour, hopefully with another guest. Bye, guys.
Hey.